This is Malibu, line of David filly. I got the phone call just 10 minutes ago from George A. and Hale.
Oh boy.
That there's stalls at Laurel for me.
Oh.
I want to move over now.
What's the, have you always wanted to move over there? Or?
Well, I mean, there's no choice.
Oh, when is Booby closing?
Well, I mean, there's no set date, but what the powers that be think that when Pimlico opens, enough folks will go to Pimlico and there'll be enough space at Laurel that Bowie will close at that point in time. So it's kind of now or March or April, and the thing is, they're talking about building these new barns, but they're going to be across the road. So if you can get into one of the barns closer to the racetrack, I think it's going to be an advantage.
Excellent. Have you ever been stabled at Laurel?
No, I was there when I first quit Gill and I was on my own. I was on the backside of Jerry Robb.
Yeah.
And
that's as far as your place. That's pretty much, it's the same distance, isn't it? Really?
no, it's much closer to Bowie.
Oh.
I mean, that's not a factor, really. The bigger concern, anytime you make that kind of move, is, I don't know how much my help is going to be amicable to moving to Laurel. And I've had good help for a long time.
Do most of your help live on the backside, or do they?
The groom does. Salvador does. The hot walker, her husband works at Bowie, so I know she won't go. But I pretty much got a really great rider right now that's getting on everything, and I know that he won't be able to go. At least I think so. I haven't asked him, but
It's always something.
being able to find a rider is going to be the key.
I hear you. I'm very lucky to have these two with me. It's been 5 years pretty much for both of them. The kids getting excited for Christmas?
Yeah, I took Bryn shopping yesterday to buy a gift for her mom and her brother, and Aunt Amanda and Uncle Leaf. And we're walking out the door. I asked her if she has any money. She says, "No, you've got your credit card." And I said, "Oh." So I was like, "We're going to Five and Below." She had. I mean, I'll give her credit. I mean, I've made concerted effort to try to teach my kids how to be thoughtful in gift giving. Where we talk about, what is so and so like, what would be a good thing about, you know what I mean? Try and get them to think about what a thoughtful gift would be and what the reason is we're getting this gift. You know what I mean?
Right.
And she put in a lot of thought, and she had good reasons for why she got what she got. But she wanted to go to Toys R Us. She wanted to go to Nordstrom. You know what I mean? She wanted to go to these stores, and I'm like, I was thinking Five and Below, honey pie. I wasn't thinking they were going to spend hundreds of dollars here.
She sounds like Aries.
Which?
Aries here today. She sounds a lot like Aries.
We didn't. I mean.
I feel sorry for the guy she meets.
I mean, there were definitely winners and losers in the family. Jason and Uncle Leaf, I think, made out pretty good and are going to be very happy with their gifts. My wife and Aunt Amanda, I think, are going to be, while it'll be sweet and thoughtful and nice, they're not going to be so excited to take their little present home.
Yeah, I started doing this thing, of course.
It was...
People at church, family, young kids probably don't like it, but we have like a Mission Martin church where you can give a gift in honor, like ACES is like a group called Ashland Christian Emergency Services. They take care of people, in town that need stuff, and Habitat for Humanity, and so that's what I do for a lot of people these days.
Well, that's what I've been. My family in Chicago, you know, who we don't really ever talk to or see.
Side is one of John Jr.'s.
This is the Northern Fleet filly. Is she just being silly, or is she always kind of that
She's
naughty?
always a little bit like that. I was looking at that. You know, she wrapped that front shin, but she looks like a little off this morning. I'll see what he says when he comes down. But the shins are cold. You know, I checked. They haven't been an issue since I told you about them.
And she's cross cantering too.
How many do you have in training up there now?
There's 9 in the barn now. This filly that's running tomorrow night at Penn National is going to stay up there.
Going to another trainer or something?
Yeah, well, she's going to be retired, get claimed, or whatever. She's a grass horse that needs to be turned out for the winter.
Who is that?
It's a How's the Market. It's a horse of a guy named Larry Karps. Sent her to me a couple of months ago. I mean, I take it as a good sign that, well, wait here. She looks better there.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, she's cold. Now, is your plan with these 5 to, are you going to turn any out, or are you going to, do you know yet, or?
I mean, obviously it's the first time I've seen him, so obviously that the first one that went probably looks like she shook him to the track right away.
Yeah.
This one probably looks like she probably needs a little time.
Yeah. The next one that's coming up is the boy, not the last boy, but the boy that came from Canada. I call him Gavin. And I think that's actually his real name, Gavin something.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be changed.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on him?
I don't think he's an early kind of horse. I mean, he's a little tough to get. He came down about.
He doesn't strike me as a horse sale kind of guy.
Yeah, somebody in this mother's family has done well or something. They said. But yeah, they came down a couple weeks ago and watched him go.
It doesn't look like a horse sale kind of horse either.
He's very big and chunky.
Yeah.
We cut him. Once I got him going, he wanted me to cut him, which I did.
And that's not what you do if you're going to the horse sale either.
And he was one of the ones that I would say you didn't have to cut, you know. And in fact, it upset me, you know, because he was so happy. Papa was looking so good, he didn't understand why I wanted to cut him. Whatever happened to the horse? I called him Croaky.
He's at the barn now.
What do you think of him?
I like him a lot more now than I did in the spring. He got turned out for the winter in Carolinas, and maybe had a month down there and came in and just wasn't forward. Just wasn't going to be a 2-year-old. And so we turned him out for the summer, brought him back in. I don't know, maybe a month ago or so, and he's breezed a 3/8 or 2 with that little gray filly outwit the outflanker.
Oh yeah, they like that one. Coast is what I call it.
No. Coast is the chestnut.
Spray.
Spray.
Spray. Yeah.
He's outworking her, but that they haven't gone fast yet. They're breezing 39. So I mean, it's kind of hard to be excited about it. But haven't really asked him the question either. But he acts like he's got the attitude for it. And he's filled out and looks better and grown up and looks more like a racehorse now than what he did in the spring. So
This horse kind of reminds me a little bit of him. So what are y'all doing for Christmas? Anything?
just staying home. My family wanted us to come out to Chicago, but neither Sarah or I were excited about it, and just wasn't going to be in the cards. Out of the game?
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
Fell, but, Jared and Tana went on up, and you saw it. I don't know if you saw it on TV. It was completely miserable.
Yeah.
They won. Don't get me wrong. But,
Yeah, no, it was not going to be enjoyable.
no.
And I was even surprised. I mean, the stands look pretty empty.
Yeah.
Which is surprising for that football game.
Yeah. I told Mom, I said, Mom, I really didn't want to go to the game in the first place, but you didn't have to fall to no reason to not go. But
How's Jared's stepdad?
he passed away.
He did.
Yeah, he passed away on actually last Wednesday. It's been a long week. It was peaceful. Got him in hospice clinic. And Jared was there with his mom and a couple of family members. So funeral is they cremated him, so they're going to funeral on January 7th, which I'll go out for. He was a veteran, so they, pretty much take care of everything. Have full-time care for her.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the hospice comes in, and they stop in a couple times a day if you need them to or whatever. But Sarah was doing the care.
Sarah was the one that was doing the care.
Yeah. But it really, I mean, her mom was fairly self-sufficient until right at the very end. you know, and when she crashed hard. So it was really only probably less than a week of like full-time, like non-stop actual care. And when the hospice nurse came in, you know, she helped her take a shower or whatever.
Right. Right.
But I mean, you know, that's kind of when we realized it was, you know, she had 2 or 3 nights where she just couldn't sleep, and you know, was just needed care all night long. And Sarah was just like, I can't do this, you know.
Yeah. Well, hey, listen.
And
That's why I'm asking questions, because I gotta get stuff arranged for my mom. My mom's still, you know, she asked about you and keeps telling me, when's Bill go to the condo? I mean, her faculties are all there. I mean,
yeah,
she knows everything.
no, I mean,
It's just her physical, you know.
no, I mean, I think what happens a lot is, you know, the children feel some sort of obligation to be the person giving the care.
Right.
And I think that just puts a huge strain on everybody's relationships. And obviously I don't know any of her business, but I'm surmising that your mom can probably afford to have some care.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like it's
No.
a situation where there's no choice. You know what I mean?
No, she can't. I mean, she can. She needs, though, to go to some type of rehabilitation center, or either have in-home rehabilitation. She's doing pretty good. I don't know yeah, she did. Fractured her 7th vertebrae in the thorax region. But the fever on Monday, yesterday, was fantastic. She had no pain at all. It was like concerned about her walking, obviously.
What are they gonna do with the dates at Colonial?
Oh my gosh. I was supposed to be at a meeting today and I can't go. I was at the commission meeting last week, and basically we want 8, Colonial wants 4. The commission said, well, we're going to give you 5. They decided for us. But at our meeting today,
5
same
weeks?
as last year, you know, because it's all about the weeds was our big thing, you know, having more opportunity to run. It's not the days. It's, I think my recommendation was, I think we just should take a stand and just, if you're gonna have any kind of future, we gotta do something. He wanted to run 4 weeks and 12 days, and that's just crazy. So if we don't have something resolved by the end of this year, then the OTB shut down. We don't have a contract. Nothing's contract expired. So there's a lot of leverage, which Frank, you know, that's what he gets paid for. But I think we should just play hardball and shut everything down. You know? I've been in too many of these meetings to think anything's going to change. But probably it would be the same question. I don't know how the other board feels about that. Dave Ross feels about that.
Well, I mean, I guess the only person it really hurts to shorten the meat like that is the guy with a VA bred. It's the breeders that ought to be fighting.
And they were there. They were all there. We had the biggest turnout I've ever seen. Commission said, well, where have y'all been all year? And he's right. They're right. I mean, we had standing room only, over 100 and some people there. You know, and most of them were VTA members.
I mean, if you've got just a horse, you know, if you only run once or twice, you know, who cares? But if you have a VA bred, that's when it really matters. I mean, you got to have those stars to try and make your money.
But I told him, I said, I'm, 45 minutes down the road. For me to pack up all my stuff, switch all my health up and all that, that's, I seriously have to think about it, for 4 weeks.
Right.
But, you know, Ian's practically said, well, what do I care? You know, what do I care about the horseman? I can run, cut my overhead down. Why do I care? These are the words. Okay.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, that's every racetrack's mantra.
That smells so good. I was like,
What did you get?
it's like stew.
Did you get it for me?
No, have a piece. It's really good.
What kind of wild games in that stew?
Oh, can I not? Can I eat off the ear? Mm-hmm. Mark and I did. Actually, we just kind of threw stuff together. We were like,
Not gonna poison it?
no. Oh, I wish I had new beer in it. I ate all the beer. It was so tender. You would, I mean, it was better than we had the last time. Isn't that good? The boys asked where theirs was. And I was like,
You never bring me food. I'm not gonna bring it. Were you able to catch Molly when you rushed her?
no. Not at all. And Jose, I couldn't even get near her.
Used. It had 30,000 miles on it, but it's lariat leather. I mean, it's heated seats, air conditioned seats. It's
Oh, really?
the Reddy's Image filly.
Yours looks like an Arabian.
Yeah, Hackney pony. I'm not really sure why it was last Friday officially, because nothing's really changed. You know, kind of status quo. You know, answer the phone. You know, answer the emergencies. Make calls when you have to. You know what I mean? And that's the same thing I'm gonna be doing. So I don't know. The whole thing's very odd.
Oh yeah, you see my Chick-fil-A and get you. I just got your text.
Yeah.
You see my, you got Chick-fil-A, huh?
Yeah. Here, big time now.
Oh, yeah. That's so important.
Hello. Hey. Yeah, no, I'm gonna take the horse because my groom can't go, so I'm just gonna take the horse and sit there with her and pay somebody to walk her up there. So. Okay. All right.
He sometimes gets over there talking to me, which is fine.
All right. All right. Thanks. Yeah. No. Yeah. No big deal. All right. Thanks. All right. We'll do.